A very good morning to all of you. I hope that you are safe. Children, in the last class, I told you about paragraph spacing, column formatting, and find and replace. Right? I hope you understand. Now, in today's class, I am going to explain page margin, page orientation, setting page orientation and page margin, previewing and printing a document. So let us start today's class. Open page number 50, 50. On the page number 50, page margin. What is the page margin? The page margin is the space between the edge of the page and the document text on all the four sides. Page margin is the space between the edge of the page and the text of all four sides. Let's see. This is the document of in MS Word. This area is known as margin. This area is known as margin. This area is known as margin. And last, this area is also known as margin. Understood? So what is the page margin? The space between edge of the page. This is the edge of the page and this is the text edge. So the distance between edge of the page and the text on all four side. आप डॉक्यूमेंट्स में आपने जो भी मैटर्स टाइप किए हैं उस मैटर्स के ऑल फोर साइड जो स्पेस आप छोड़ते हैं उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं. There are four types of page margin. This is a top margin, this is a left margin, this is a right margin, and this is a bottom margin. Understood? There are how many types of page margin? There are four types of page margin. Page margin, right? Left margin. Left margin is the distance between left edge of the page and the text. Right margin is the space between right edge of the page and the text. Top margin is the space between top edge of the page and the text. And bottom margin is the space between bottom edge of the page and the text. Understood? I hope you understand. I repeat once again. Listen very carefully. Page margin is the space between edge of the page. Edge means boundary. Edge of the page and the text on all four sides in a document. There are four types of page margin: left margin, right margin, top margin, and bottom margin. Now, on page number 51, orientation, page orientation. The page orientation is the property that determines the printing direction of the text. Page orientation is the direction that determines how page is print, how text is print. The page orientation is the property that determines the printing direction of the text. Right? Page orientation is the property that determines from which direction your text will be printed. There are two types of orientation. First is portrait and second is landscape. Page number 51. The portrait orientation is the default orientation. Underline default orientation. The portrait orientation is the default orientation In this orientation, the document is printed lengthwise. In the portrait orientation, your document will be printed in lengthwise. Or in simple word, we can say that in portrait orientation, length is greater than width. Length is greater than width. This is a, you can see, this is a portrait orientation. This is a portrait orientation. In the portrait orientation, length is greater than width. Understood? Or in the portrait orientation, your text, your document will be printed in lengthwise. Second orientation, landscape. In this orientation, the document is printed widthwise. In the landscape, document will be printed in widthwise, or we can say that in landscape, width is greater than height. This types. This is a landscape orientation, and this is a portrait orientation. Understood? In the portrait orientation, length is greater than width, and in landscape orientation, width is greater than height. Understood? Now, page size. Page size, page number 52. The page size refers to the height and width of the paper on which the printout is taken. Page size refers in on which paper you took printout. Page size refers on which page page size you take printout. There are different types of page size, just like A4, A3, B4, letter, and so on. You can use page size as per your. Normally we use A4 size, right? Mostly we use A4 size. Now page number 52, setting page margin. How we set page margin? So the step to set the page margin are: click on the page layout tab. This is the page layout tab. Click on the page layout tab. Then click on the margin option. This is the margin option. Click on this option. In the a list of predefined margin setting appears. When you click on the margin option, a list will be open. This is the list. This is a predefined. You can click any margin as per your requirement. You can see distance of our change, moderate. You can see the changes on the screen. When we click wide option, then this is margin space is increase, mirrored, or Office 2003 default, right? So what is the path to change margin, to change page margin, to set page margin? Click on page layout. In page setup group, this is a page setup group. In page setup group, click on margin option, and after that click any option as per your requirement, right? Understood? Now page number 53. More page margin option. To specify a different value of for page margin, you need to open the page setup dialog box. This is the, when you click on the page margin, this list will be open. In this list there are some predefined margin are available, but if you want to give your own margin or own length, and if you want to give your own distance of the margin, then what we do, so process is click on the page layout option, click on page layout. Then in the page setup group, this is a page setup group, click margin, and in the margin click on custom margin. When you click on custom margin, this screen will be open. In this screen you can set distance of the top, bottom, left and right margin as per your requirement. you can increase margin, you can decrease margin as per your requirement, right? You can see on the screen. I hope you understand. After specify the numbers, after specify the distance, then click OK option. You can see the effect. I repeat once again. To set on page margin, click on page layout option. Then in the page setup group, click on margin option. When you click margin option, a list will be open. In this list, click on custom margin. When you click on custom margin, this list will be open. In this list, you can increase or decrease margins as per your requirement. You can type also. You can type margin also. Click on the margin. Yeah, you can type also and click OK. Right? Understood? Now, page number 53, setting page orientation. I have already told you what is the orientation. Now, how you set page orientation? So the step is, click on page layout tab. This is a page layout tab. Click on page layout tab. Then in the page setup group, here is the page setup group. In the page setup group, click on orientation option. When you click on orientation option, list will be open. In this list, click on portrait if you want to portrait, and click landscape if you want to landscape. So I will click on landscape. You can see the difference. Click on page layout tab, then orientation, then portrait or landscape as per your choice. This is a landscape portrait, and this is a landscape. Understood? You can do this. You can do same things from here. Click on page layout option, click on margin option, click on custom margin, then portrait and landscape. Portrait and landscape. Understood? Click OK option. Now open page number 54, setting page margin. How you change page size. The steps to be followed for setting page size. What is the step to change page size? Click on the page layout tab. This is a page layout tab. Click on page layout tab. In the page layout tab, click on size option in the page setup group. This is the page setup group. In the page setup group, click on size option. When you click on size option, figure number 4.18 will appear. Due to some technical problem on the screen, it shows only two options, right? In the list, choose the page size as per your requirement, or choose page size on which you want to take printout. Letter A4, right? Letter A4 size. Understood? I repeat once again. To change page size, click on page layout tab. Then in the page setup group, click on size option. When you click size option, a list will be appear. In this list, choose your required paper size, right? Now previewing and printing a document. Previewing a document means checking the document before printing it. Preview means if you want to check how our document look at the time of printing, how our document look when I took the print of the documents. A print when we print our document, how will it appears? कैसा ये दिखेगा? प्रिंट जब हम अपने डॉक्यूमेंट्स को प्रिंट आउट निकालेंगे तो हमारा डॉक्यूमेंट्स कैसा शो होगा, उसको देख प्रिंट आउट निकालने से पहले हम उसको देखना चाहते हैं. तो दैट इज प्रीव्यू, राइट? अंडरस्टूड? प्रीव्यू preview means to check how our document look at the time of printing. So what is the step to print and preview the documents? Step 1, click on file tab. Where is the file tab? Yeah, this is a file tab. Click on file tab. Click on the print option. This is a print option. Click on print option. When you click on print option, a preview of the document automatically appears on the right side of the world window. You can see a preview of the document appear on the right side of the window. Step 3, click on the arrows below the preview section. Click on this arrow to see your page number. This is a page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, and so on. You can click one by one to see the appearance of the page, right? Page number 54, step number 3. You can magnify the view by making use of the zoom slider bar at the bottom of the preview section. You can increase or decrease size of the preview. This is a zoom slider. You can when you click on minus option, page set will be short. When you click zoom plus option, page will be increased, right? You can see, right? Now step 4, choose the printer from the printer drop down list. Choose the printer on the printer drop down list. Here is the printer, right? So these are the printer list which are installed in your system. After that, enter the number of copies in the copies spin box. Enter the numbers of copies in the copies spin box. Copies spin box. Here is the copies spin box. You can, how many copies you want to print, you can mention here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? As per your choice. You can see, you can mention number of copies here. I want to 3 copies. Then click on 3. After that, choosing print all page, print the entire documents. All page. If you choose print all page, then entire page of your document will be print. If we choose print all page, then entire page of the documents will be printed. अगर हम print all page पे क्लिक को चूज करते हैं तो हमारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स में जितने भी पेज होंगे वो सारे के सारे पेज प्रिंट आउट होंगे. नेक्स्ट, if we choose print current page, then prints only the selected text in the document. If we choose print current page, so only current page will be print, selected page will be print. On that our cursor on that the cursor on which page, only that page will be printed. जिस पेज पे भी आपका कर्सर होगा, only that page will be printed. If we choose print custom range, then you can give page range of the document. There are total 3 pages in my documents. I want to only 1 and 2 pages. Then I will type 1-2. It means only 1 and 2 pages are printed. Understood? I repeat once again. Listen carefully. Copies, mention numbers of copies. How many copies you want. Then you can mention the numbers of copies here. You can set printer which are installed in your computer. Then print all pages. When you when you choose print all option, the entire page of the document will be printed. And if we choose print current page, the selected page will be printed. If we choose print custom range, then you can give custom range of your page. Means the range which you want to print only in your document. Suppose in your document 10 pages are there, and you want to only print 4 to 8, then you can give 4-8. Understood? Right now I'm giving print all pages. After that, choose only print odd pages. Change orientation, you can change orientation, page size. There are two options is given in my system. It is not it is not shows. What is the choose only? Choose you can see page number 55. Choose only print odd pages. If you choose print odd pages only, it means only odd pages. Means page number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are printed. And if you choose even pages, then page number 2, 4, 6, 8 are printed. Okay. After that, click on print. After all settings, then click on print option. Understood? I hope you understand. Watch this video carefully and listen instruction carefully. I hope you understand. Okay.